Here are the Doomsday bunkers where the Democrat elites will hide when they start World War III. See, now it makes sense. Now we understand why they don't care about nuclear war because they have their bunkers to hide in once they start it. This is ridiculous. These are some sick people, and we need to stop them from creating this world war. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram, so check that out where I put out news throughout the day that'll keep you informed. All right, let's talk about this news. When the nuclear war comes, and let's face it, it seems more likely with each passing day, our masters won't be burned to ashes in the cities alongside the rest of us. Instead, they'll be underground in a purpose built nuclear bunker where they wait out the cleansing fire of the nuclear warheads and reemerge to rule the planet. Some sickness stuff. The head of a Doomsday bunker company, which has a sprawling bunker community in Dakota, uh, claimed that, quote, breadcrumbs hint at where a huge bunker complex is located. Vivos have a sprawling bunker complex spread over 18 square miles, 100 miles from the nearest military nuclear targets. A bunker costs $25,000 plus $1,000 ground rent per year, plus the cost of actually furnishing the things. CNN reported back in 2018 that a number of companies around the world are meeting a growing demand for are meeting a growing demand for structures that protect from any risk, whether it's global pandemic, an asteroid, or World War III, while also delivering luxurious amenities. I mean, these are nicer than most people's houses. Quote, your father and grandfather's bunker was not very comfortable, says Robert Vicino, a real estate entrepreneur and CEO of Vivos, a company he founded that builds and manages high-end shelters around the world. Quote, they are gray, they are metal, like a ship or something military. And the truth is, mankind cannot survive long term in such a Spartan, bleak environment. So I got a bunch of the photos, the amazing photos, looping around in this video. If you look at some of these structures, I mean, again, these are nicer than some people's houses, are nicer than some resorts. Got pool tables, pools, all types of stuff. But while the Democrat elites, elites are pushing to a large scale conflict, some are leaving the party. And this morning, Tulsi Gabbard decided to leave the party that seeks war. Uh, she said, I can no longer remain in today's Democratic Party that is now under the complete control of an elitist cabal of warmongers driven by cowardly wokeness who divide us by racializing every issue and stoke anti-white racism, actively work to undermine our God-given freedoms, are hostile to people of faith and spirituality, demonize the police, and protect criminals at the expense of law abiding Americans, believe in open borders, weaponize the national security state to go after political opponents, and above all, dragging us uh, ever closer to nuclear war. I believe in a government that is of by and for the people. Unfortunately, today's Democratic Party does not. Instead, it stands for government of, by, and for the power elite. I'm calling on my fellow common sense, independent minded Democrats to join me in leaving the Democratic Party. If you can no longer stomach the direction that so-called woke Democratic Party ideologues are taking our country, I invite you to join me. Gabbard did not declare herself a Republican despite sharing many of the views of anti-interventionist America First wing of the GOP. But at least she's waking up to it. I wonder what took her so long. I found out years ago, probably around around 2010, about 2 years after Obama's Obama's term is when I found out that, hey, the Democrat Party is not what they advertised to be. They're not really for the people. And that's when I really woke up and found out that the Democrats are the actual racists. They are the actual evil, and they are actually the cause of our problems. So good on her for actually coming out and admitting this fact. It took her a long time to get to this point. I know a lot of people don't like Tulsi Gabbard, but at least she got the gonads to actually call out the left and their crazy policies. And now look at the elites. They got their bunkers and they're going to be hunkered down. That's why they're pushing for this war. That's why they keep poking the bear. That's why they keep poking Russia. And that's why they're actually funding the Nazis in Ukraine to go against Russia. And this is just sickening. We're on the brink of World War III. Hopefully some cooler heads will prevail. We can only pray on it. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out democrapublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.